I have the only pineapple tree in Oklahoma. I'm gonna pick it and I'm feeling a little tropical. I'm gonna throw it on the grill. Look here, this deep red rich color. This is a great piece of salmon. It is. Didn't come from the grocery store and it didn't come out of the Red River down here. No, this coming from a fan up there in Alaska, Kevin from Kenai, and we are so fortunate that we get to have this. We thank you so much, my friend, for getting this to us because I've been wanting to use it. But something else that I'm going to use and I depend on is the Chef's Temp Final Touch. I mean, this thing will get you through a bind. We thank them so much for sponsoring this video. Accurate readings, give it to you instant quick, but also, folks, they just come out with the Pro Temp Plus. And that thing is made like for longer cooks. Stick it in that brisket, set it on your phone, go in there and take a nap. It'll wake you up when it's time for it to get off that smoker. These folks are good enough to our viewers and our fans that they're offering you a code down there for a discount. So be sure and check that out, and we'll be using this in the video a little bit later. So we got a pineapple here, remember? Picked it off the pineapple tree. Which end does it fit? Which is the best one? Because we're just gonna do one piece. I'm thinking it is this half right here. So we're just gonna take this. Have a lot of sled dogs in camp today too. Everybody does love Salmon Day. So we're gonna trim this just a little more. Here we're looking pretty close. So we're gonna take this belly off right here. I just wanna square that up. Don't think that any of this is going to waste because we'll smoke it at a different time. Now, if you hadn't got a good fan or a friend up there in Alaska that's going to send you a piece of salmon like this, you can get them at the grocery store. You can buy a fillet, but remember, try to keep it the size of the pineapple, or you can buy a whole side there of salmon. But just get it. We need to go ahead and just let him sit here just a minute and rest, but I guess while we got him here, you see this skin on the back? Now, if we're just smoking him or pan frying him, I'd probably leave that on there. But since he's going to get to saddle up with that pineapple here in a minute, I have never filleted a salmon in my life, so we're going to see what happens here. Let me see which end I might want to start on, and we'll just try to start on this one. I hope the knife is sharp. It don't feel like it. We just want to take that skin off. If there's any left big, we'll see what happens, okay? And we done made a mess. Knife is not very sharp, big. You can see, if Shannon will zoom in up here, there's a bunch of little bones right in here that we need to try to get out. Them true people that are chefs have these little tweezers that they do it with, but Kent sure ain't got none of them.
You got some tweezers?
Have you got some in there that you don't mind getting fishy?
Well, I mean, they'll wash.
Our filet is sitting right over there. We need to mix up a little marinade that's going to be in here. So get you a lime, give her a good rolling or a squeezing around there. We need the juice of about 2 of them. 1 lemon. We also going to make us a sauce right there at the end, folks, so don't be thinking this is all of it. It is a coconut cream pineapple sriracha sauce that goes well with this dish. We need 4 garlic cloves. After the garlic, a little dill weed will come in handy, it will. And if you got fresh, you can use that. I sure don't mind. Dried cilantro. Now I'm not going to use, I don't really like fresh, but I do like dry the way it's going to bring some flavor about. So we're going to put a little of that in there, and we're going to mix all that up, Mage. It's going to be good. And we're going to let this set while we get over here and manicure on this pineapple just a little. A lot of people, when they cook salmon, get their ladder, get on the roof, pull a cedar shingle off, come down there, soak it in some water, and then they cook the salmon on cedar. But no, I don't want him to taste like cedar. I want him to taste like pineapple. So just come straight down through there. Don't be thinking we're going to discard that, because we're not. But with that knife you got, take it, and I need you to score this pineapple, and then come back like we're going to play tic-tac-toe. because that's going to help all them juices separate and be able to marinate themselves down up in that salmon when it's cooking. So get him scored all the way. We got to go ahead and just lay these under here because we need something to tie this saddle on this piece of salmon. Now, with your knife also, I want you to score that salmon. Don't go plumb through, just right in the top. This way it's going to let some of that juice get down in there a little better as well. So we got everybody where they're supposed to be. This, we decided, was the bottom.
So it can like kind of...
Oh, it can overhang there just a little. We're fine because that pineapple ain't near big enough for this chunk. If you think it's too much and you want to trim him up...
Don't trim it.
Don't trim him up. I'm going to leave him on there. So, we really need to turn him over right quick and do this back side, which is
Why?
skin side, because he's fixing to go down on that pineapple and we can't see him no more. It don't matter, but the pretty side's going to be up. Go ahead and get this marinade. Let's get it all rubbed in there really well big. The dill goes really well with the salmon, but also the pineapple sweetness that's going to mix with it, it's going to blow your mind. So remember, we got this one scored too. Looks like we got a pineapple sandwich here. So we're going to cinch him up pretty tight, we are, because I don't want nothing to get away. In fact, I'd like to scoot that over a little. We're not going to put any more pressure on that one just yet. And if you have to, you're worried about your knot trying to slip away and not be tight, just take her right back over here this way, and when you tie it, it'll stay tight. If you're putting this on a smoker, you're gonna run about 220 degrees, 225. If you're doing this like on a grill, but you're gonna cook indirect, be sure all your coals are on one end, your salmon's on the other, and try to run about the same temperature, 220, 25 degrees. I like to pair this with apple, cherry, or fruit wood. I did throw one little piece of post oak in there today, but make sure you pair it with whatever wood you think you really want to have on there, because it's going to set in the smoker a little over an hour, so there's going to be a smoke penetration there to it. So don't go anything that's going to be a really bitter smoke. If you've got some alder wood, hey, use it too, but the folks at Smoky Woods have sent us some good cherry and good apple. We're going to put it right here dead center. If it don't run off, shut the lid. I'll see you all in about an hour. Well, we're pretty close to reaching that magic temperature of salmon, which is about 145. And remember, I told you we was going to have this tropical island juice that was going to do the hula hula and everything else when we made it. Started with a half a cup of fresh squeezed pineapple juice, some sugar, coconut cream. Gotta have some of that in there. What don't you think, Big? Gotta have coconut cream? And then, folks, y'all know me. I'm thinking it ought to have a little bite to it again. So we're going to add about that much of Sriracha. Give it a good stirring. And after we get through smoking that salmon, this can be used as a glaze you can put on top when you serve it, or you can just dip it right in there. This stuff is good. Whew, it's going to top it off. This is the first bite I want to take too. And you can see there's still a lot of moisture in here. I'm just going to dip it right in here, Mage. You're really going to like this because there is some dill flavoring in there for you. I'm going to have one.
You got to do the hula dance.
Now we're going to get right in here. Good and flaky. I'm going to have another bite. That make you do that hula hoop in the other direction. Let's just see what this pineapple tastes like. That's pretty tasty itself right there. You see me when we was nearly through. We were on about an hour and 25 minutes to get this to a 145. You want to make sure that you've got a good temperature probe. And this is one I recommend, folks. Chef's Temp, it has done me a good number, it has. But this is a really easy dish. Takes a little time on the smoker there. Like I say, hour and 20 minutes, you're in pretty good shape. But you can change this up and use whatever kind of wood you would like, being fruit wood, something. But hey, I wouldn't change the flavors that we put on there for nothing in the world. We thank you all so much for watching this video. We'd like to give another shout out to Chef's Temp for sponsoring this video. It is with great pride and honor and privilege that I tip my hat to all the servicemen and women and all the veterans that have kept that old flag a-flying. We commend you all. Rest of you, get on up in here close. Come on, we'll give you a big old hug. God bless you each and every one, and I'll see you down the smoked pineapple salmon trail. Well, I got fish all over my hands. Seeking, I go ahead and feed the sled dogs. They're ready to hook up and holler mush. Here you go, Big. Good for you it is. Maggie, where you at, Maggie? You missed out, Mage. Lou was behind you.
Right under you.
Sugar, little stove up there. Cletus, you stay. Mage, no, wait.